We're back, everybody. It's been a few months since the last time I've been on camera, and I'd like to welcome everybody to the Canna Connect Show. I'm joined by Spencer Ploessl of Canna Connect. We're gonna bring you the show.
We're gonna bring you the news. Dude, what the fuck are we doing here?
It's the Canna Connect Show.
The Canna Connect Show.
The podcast is back.
Oh, a podcast. We're doing
It's
a
not
podcast now?
It's not a podcast.
It's not a podcast.
What is a podcast?
That's a great question. Where did the word podcast come from? Do you know that answer?
Adam Curry.
Ooh.
And Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
It dates back. You know, I think it was RSS feeds in a sense. It was being able to put information out there and have it picked up. Like, I don't know the answer to your question.
Sure.
I remember searching for podcasts on my Apple phone.
Yeah.
Early on because they had
on my Apple phone.
They had
What is
Apple
a podcast?
phone. They that segment doesn't do well on camera.
Yeah.
That
It didn't give me the answer anyway.
series. So I missed doing a show.
Okay.
I missed having a podcast.
Yeah. I mean, and we can be honest. We can be honest with ourselves. You have been part of a podcast.
Yes.
The Northern Lights podcast. We're in Minnesota. We are Canna Connect, and you know, I mean, I was on that podcast with you.
The Northern Lights podcast, but it's actually a Minnesota Cannabis College production.
Yes.
You know, it's known as Northern Lights. Its home is the Minnesota Cannabis College. It's a college podcast.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
Like when I was in
100%.
college, I was on I had a radio show, Fresh Beats Old Heat,
Fresh Beats Old Heat.
on Friday afternoons.
Yeah.
It was like senior year. I had a radio show.
Well, isn't this fitting?
I missed doing the show.
So here we are on the Canna Connect Show.
Natalie's here.
Natalie's here. Henry's here. Everyone's here.
It's an open window.
It's
into
literally
Canna
an
Connect.
open window into Canna. I love this. The constellations are connecting themselves each and every day. So, okay, so podcast. You're like, we got to get a podcast going. And I'm like, sweet. What do you want to call it? And you're like, well, we're Canna Connect, so I actually want to do a show. I want to do the Canna Connect Show. So, what the fuck is the Canna Connect Show?
It's another form of Canna Connect, right?
Okay.
Most recently, we'd been working on the Cannaverse,
Which is?
the Canna Connects newsletter. It's a weekly newsletter. Every Wednesday, we send it out to the Cannaverse. The Cannaverse is actually our audience.
Yes.
You know, it's us, it's them. We all exist we exist inside the Cannaverse.
Yes.
This gives us another opportunity to share our message
Sure.
around cannabis and community.
Okay. And why this is not a podcast, the way that I see it, is because it's not just put this up on Spotify, Apple, whatever it is, and people listen to it.
Gone
Right.
are the days of people paying attention to traditional podcasts.
Sure. And granted, there are a lot of people out there that listen to podcasts. And this is in a podcasting format. It will go out onto the channels to listen to as a podcast.
Podcasts have been around for years and years and years, so naturally they've evolved.
Yes. And in this case, this is us getting in front of the lens and being able to continue what we already do as Canna Connect, as a media organization, a media conglomerate.
Across platforms.
Yes, right? Omni-channel approach to what we're trying to do to spread the message for our community, not only in Minnesota, but here inside of our beautiful lakes and tree four walls, but also beyond and outside of that, spreading other people's messages inside of this community around cannabis. Canna Connect is a community of humans,
Yeah.
most specifically in your right as the founder and visionary of Canna Connect, building this for the last 3 to 5 years plus.
With people that spend time in Minnesota.
Yes, exactly. And now this is just a jumping off point. So even I think myself asking you what the fuck is the Canna Connect Show, and you're able to give me an answer, and we're able to, kind of compile something around what it is.
Yeah.
Well, we know we're saying it's not a podcast, we're saying it's a show. But what it is into the future, we don't know yet, because it's going to take what? It's going to take our community to make it evolve into what the Canna Connect Show is supposed to be. Yes, with the team and our team's guidance and setting the groundwork for it, but really it's going to be about the humans, because without the humans, as we've said before, and as we say at our events, without the humans, Canna Connect is nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
You've done a good job of reminding me to center that it's humans to humans who make decisions. And there's often a lot going on within Canna Connect or within my own life. And it's no longer a show that I want to direct all by myself.
Yeah, sometimes you have to just let go of the wheel, right? You know, and trust. Trust is probably the biggest thing, you know, with everything that, you know, we do in general, in all the relationships and the communication that we have with humans, is trusting other humans to do, you know, what is right. And some people fall, right? And they get back up, and that's okay. But here, and I think you touched on it before we jumped on, was literally, it's literally about community. And one thing that I know that you wanted to kind of definitely segue into is cannabis and community. You know, the Cannaverse is community. It's the humans made up. It's an audience, right? The Canna Connect Show is also similar, right? It's just a different format. And cannabis and community, which we've created and we've sort of harnessed in all of the events that you've thrown, there's not necessarily a culmination happening, I wouldn't say, but what do you see as sort of cannabis and community and where that's heading and where you've come from? Where we're at and where we're headed with a concept like cannabis and community.
So the essence and the wave of Minnesota cannabis has been via trying new things. We've tried new things together, and we've tried new things all summer long. I got a Brainerd Lakes Canna Club shirt on underneath my Canna Connect polo, and look for the Canna Connect hoodie dropping soon. And you have to try new things. If you want to succeed, you have to try new things in a new industry. So many folks tried CBD, tried Delta 8, tried Delta 10, tried HHC, and then things changed, and then most of them tried this. And I'm talking about the companies.
Yeah.
And some were reluctant to try new things and really struggled. And cannabis is a fine line. It's hard to manage. One person said at a Canna Connect event, maybe the plant isn't meant to be controlled. And so there's an ever battle with how to go about practicing cannabis business.
Sure.
Hosting cannabis events.
Right. Creating the Canna Connect Show. Does the plant need that? Does the plant warrant that? Does the plant need to be controlled in such a way? I'm there with you, man. I've heard and seen that. I mean, rightfully so. Minnesota, 23rd state to legalize in 2023. We're sitting here today, live and live in color, October of 2025, and we're just getting online, regardless of how that's, been for humans on all sides of that coin. There are other markets that have been open for decades even.
Colorado.
California.
Washington.
Right? They have a whole different lens by which they see
different pair of binoculars.
Cannabis in their state.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Absolutely. We've recorded a bit today.
Yeah.
This is our first time recording in the new studio, open window.
Ta-ta-ta-ta.
Beautiful set. But we touched on that. We had some folks in from national industry players that you'll meet on the Canna Connect show, like Munir Haq and Gus from Dutchy. So we got to dive into some of the topics around different states and different perspectives and understanding that each market is different because it's not federally legal. Right. I don't even know if this podcast is legal.
Right.
But it's not a podcast, so we don't have to worry about it.
We don't have to worry. It's not a podcast.
But there are things you have to avoid when you're marketing cannabis for sale. There's many steps that you have to go through to compliantly market and sell your products, and that's what we've focused on a lot in the last few months.
Mm-hmm.
We've tried a lot of things. none of them being an overwhelming success, but as you add them together, except one, which I want you to get to, when you add these events together, you start to realize you're creating more of a movement than just a one-off idea.
Sure.
And people don't necessarily need to come to every one, but they take something from the ones that they go to. And recently, the event we did at the Wilderness, it felt like everybody walked away with something positive, no matter what the size of the event was.
Sure.
The fact that it happened helped move the industry forward.
Yeah. Doesn't necessarily have to be 500 people, right, to make this monumentous event, right? Some of the things that yourself and the Canna Connect team has grown and built, like your great example, the pro educational series at the Wilderness, even if there is 10 people standing around, those 10 people are allowing a transfer of energy between them. And that transfer of energy I speak of, meaning ideas and thoughts and concepts and ways to build business, grow their brand, learn about each other. It doesn't even always have to be, and I talk to you a lot about ancillary things, right? It's not always just all about cannabis. It's just like trying to compartmentalize work and life. It's like, yeah, but you're still you. So if part of you is you in cannabis, there's also part of you that's you. I'll use you as the example. You as dad, right? That's who you are. So when people actually come together at an event, as in the current example at State, they're learning more than just, well, what do I do to open my dispensary?
Yeah.
Or what's the best lighting for my facility? It's like, oh, well, how's your kid? Because you're a real human, and that's really inside of your heart.
That's really where we want to get to, and that's the love that you bring to this brand. It's easy to fast forward or just keep pressing 15 seconds forward to get through it, right? And we want to find ourselves at a pace that we can afford to connect.
Which is where Cannabis and Community comes in to the fold.
Networking on the North Shore.
Networking on the North Shore. We just held that back September 17th of 2025.
What a concept.
Right? Castle Danger Brewing Company, just shy of 3 hours north of the Twin Cities Metro, up on the banks of Lake Superior, 30 minutes north of Duluth, Minnesota.
They don't even make THC beverages.
Yes, as of now, Castle Danger Brewing Company is not. There's a lot of breweries in the cannabis THC beverage game in Minnesota. Back Channel Brewing Company, right, is our collab that we did, Coco Flow. But yeah, you're right. Like there we are at a brewery that isn't in that game yet.
3 hours away.
3 hours away
from the general population.
From the general population of the Twin Cities metropolis, and you can look at all different kinds of success metrics on like. What does success mean to you, right?
What were you doing in the pandemic? Were you working in cannabis during the pandemic?
Yeah, during the pandemic, I was independent marketing creative consultant for Goodfields. Goodfields Cannabis Beverages, cannabis infused seltzers, adult use rec market, Massachusetts. 12-ounce stubby bottles of seltzer, some of the first seltzers in the game. And it was marijuana. Yeah. And it was entourage effect, low dose, 2.5 THC, 2.5 CBD, 5 total negs.
A wink.
Entourage blend.
Wow.
Then think about the marketing, right?
So there was terps? Is that what you're saying? Or
no terps. It was fruit. It was, just literally entourage blend.
A dual blend is a
dual blend entourage. Yeah. So
yeah.
I'm gonna, mix it up. Entourage, yes. And not a negative way, but it was fruited seltzers, right? And they were in when the Goodfields team launched. I think it was definitely less than a year, 6-9 months, something of that nature. The sales team had gotten into over 100 dispensaries in the state.
Oh.
And there was no hemp derived. There was not what we do in Minnesota and beyond, right?
They had a manufacturing license to produce beverages.
Literally, they produced beverages. They had a vault. They had a frickin' everything. They had couriers. They had metric tags. The whole game. These are going to dispensaries and flats, 24-case bottles. Yeah. Glass stubby bottles like Red Stripe beer.
Oh yeah.
With little yellow caps. Good feels.
Fun.
Feels good.
And then when did you start working on North Canna Co?
I was working on North Canna Co. oh man, was it 22, 23, 22?
It had to have been 2, yeah?
2 to 3, yeah, 2 into late 3, early 24, I think, something like that.
I talked to you in 24.
Okay, yeah. Came on as creative director for North Canna Co, cannabis seltzer beverage brand out of Minneapolis.
How'd you find him?
Oh man, I think it was just LinkedIn, probably, considering.
Are you on LinkedIn?
Sometimes. Usually the only times. Found the guys at North Canna Co, Brandon and Mike, great homies, and they were building something pretty amazing. And I was looking, just like I had always looked for a craft beer brand to be part of and join their team and rock and roll with them in the last 20 years of my life in the craft beer scene. I was doing the same in the cannabis beverage scene as well. Like that's like I'm saying, like pandemic time. It was like I was seeing some of these beverages come alive. Saria Brewing Company, actually. The father, Dr. Keith Villa, father of Blue Moon, created Saria Brewing Company, non-alcoholic craft beer with cannabis. Short-lived. Still have the brewery brand. Saria is still a beer. It's non-alcoholic beer, 2 lines.
Okay.
But the short-lived on the cannabinoid side, just because, I don't have those answers, but I think they were just a smidge before everything really then opened up in the hemp-derived in the farm bill space.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was after 22 that things really started to pick up.
A lot of that early work that was happening with the likes of Ben Paddle here in Minnesota, Superior Molecular.
Yeah. Look at that super molecule on the can.
Yeah. But yeah, all that has now fast forward to now, man, and us hanging together and doing the Canna Connect Show and doing things like cannabis and community events, like on the North Shore we were talking about. We want to do more cannabis and community events.
You did a great job. You connected with Park State Bank. I got you introduced to Marcy Knight, and from there she introduced you to Lon from Castle Danger, and we got to meet Fatima and Will from Soda Can. And so, we got to get going. We've got to start planning the next one.
Speaking of which,
we got
to dial in Marcy Knight here to see how Park State Bank and Canna Connect can connect.
Absolutely.
For more amazing cannabis and community events in and around Minnesota in 2026.
And, for the time being, keep watching the Canna Connect Show. We've got a great interview coming out with Brad Obermueller from CEE, lighting consultant. In future episodes, you'll see Munir Hauk and Gus from Dutchie. And it's really an incredible time. We're just getting started with this, but we couldn't be doing it without CEE. They live stream all of our events. They're sponsoring the podcast. It's a huge opportunity that Minnesota has, and I'm looking forward to doing it with you.
100%, man. And we need your feedback. Without your feedback, again, we at Canna Connect and the Canna Connect Show are nothing, right? We need the humans. What do you want to see? What do you want to hear? What do you want to do? Right? How do you want to be part of the Canna Connect Show? How do you want to be part of the Cannaverse? I don't know that unless you tell me, right? That's what we ask of humans. I'd ask you to watch this and watch the whole thing or listen to the whole podcast. But at the end of the day, tell us what you want to see. Tell us how you want to be part of our community, because we want to be part of your community as well.
Absolutely. And if you haven't tried Coco Flow, stick around for the end of the episode. Natalie and Spencer will be cracking a can, talking about how it came to be, and let us know what you think about Coco Flow. Have you tried it? Is that something that you're interested in? And we're always open to more feedback. So let's rock and roll.
Rock and roll, brother.
Good to see you.
The Canna Connect Show.
We'll see you next time.